Since one of you in the chat dropped a super chat asking me if I had heard, why does my mic seem like it's loud? I don't know, whatever. Since somebody in the chat donated a super chat asking me if I had seen about the person who spent the thousands of dollars on NBA 2K, we're going to go ahead and start by talking about the 2K, Call of Duty, Madden, GTA, Fortnite community. This video I was tagged in, so people asked me to respond to it. So we're going to start off the conversation with this, and then I'm going to pivot it into a different conversation. This comes from a creator named Mob South, and he's talking about scapegoating in gaming. Gulping. I can't fucking talk. Scapegoating in gaming. But before we talk about that, friendly reminder, I am giving away a laptop. You got to the end of August to enter. If you want to win a gaming laptop from Alienware, it can play everything. Enter the giveaway, exclamation point giveaway in the chat. The command works in the YouTube and the Twitch chat. Enter it. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram. Enter the giveaway. That's exclamation point giveaway in the chat. Also, please, can I go ahead and say this before we talk about the news? I've gotten messages from so many of you on Instagram as well as in the YouTube comment section. I'm not going to lie. Some of y'all, I'm trying to be nice, but some of y'all are not beating the PS4 allegations, okay? If you're watching on Hokage highlights, the link will be in the description box below. I got a bunch of comments on my YouTube video talking about exclamation point comment. When I say exclamation point giveaway, I'm talking to the live stream. If you're watching on Hokage highlights, the link will always be in the description box below. Then I had people follow me on Instagram and DMing me talking about exclamation point giveaway. I said, oh my God, bro, what's going on, man? It's very simple. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me scared for the future. It's a very simple way that you just follow the link, you follow me on Instagram, and then I will randomly draw one at the end of the fucking giveaway. Woof. Anyways, next topic. Like I was saying, this creator, it comes from Mob South. He talks about the scapegoating he sees going on in gaming, and he doesn't like it. So I'm gonna let it play out, and then I'm gonna respond. So let's get to it.
Gaming has a huge scapegoating problem. Because whenever something bad happens in gaming, guess who are the first people to get blamed? People who play COD, Madden, and 2K every year.
As they should. We'll let it rock, though.
It makes no fucking sense. Because what y'all be blaming these niggas for is just y'all while as dumb as they are. Like, you really mean to tell me that the people who play Madden every year, it's their fault for why EA canceled Black Panther?
Yes.
And not the shareholders or corporate management up there in EA, but it's people who play Madden every year. It's their fault that EA wanted to chase profits instead of making a new IP. Be serious. In regards to Souls-like, I saw a one dude comment on a TikTok talking about some people who say Soul Slop are the same people who play COD and Madden and 2K every year. You have to beg these niggas to try out Cyberpunk. Do you really think these niggas know what a Souls-like even is?
That's why I would argue you, as a tastemaker, is the person in your friend group, because he doesn't strike me as a 2K. No shade to this person. I think he means well, but I disagree with him. That's where you, as a tastemaker in the friend group, have to put your friends on so we can get them away from the fucking terrible drugs. But anyways, this is what I have to say about this, with him saying scapegoating with the NBA, the 2K, the Maddens of the world. These people are ruining gaming. I'm actually going to say I agree with him, because he's saying in the video, it's the way he worded it. He said every single problem in gaming, you're attributing it to the 2K, Madden, Fortnite crowd. If we're formatting the conversation that way, then yes, I would argue he's actually correct. He's actually correct. We cannot put all the problems in the gaming community on the 2K, the Madden, the FIFA crowd. That being said, if we reformat this conversation to, are a lot of the problems because of this community, then that's a different conversation. Because it's really not scapegoating. Let me talk about it, guys. Listen, when it comes to, let me put my shit back on real quick. When it comes to capitalism, I feel like what a lot of people don't understand is it's a symbiotic relationship, right? And in order for this to be a healthy symbiotic relationship, you can't let Eddie Brock run the show and you can't let Venom run the show. Venom has to be one. Are you following me, right? And I feel like right now in 2025, I don't feel like this was as much as an issue when I was younger, but I feel like right now in this current economic state of the world, whether we're talking about video games or any other product, when it comes to capitalism, I feel like on one side of the coin, they're playing their role, but on the other side, they're not. Hear me out. The side that is playing their role is the corporation. When we're talking about mega corporations and capitalism, their main goal is to maximize their profits, whether that is having to lay off people, lower their overhead, use AI. They don't give a fuck. Their main goal is to maximize profit so they can appease their CEO billionaires, the president, the vice president, the CFO, the executives. And right now, I think they are doing a fantastic job of finessing you niggas. You know who's not doing their part? The consumer. The average consumer, and what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. It may not be you, but it is people in your friend group. The average consumer is bending over and taking it in the ass. Group economics is the solution. And I remember I brought it up on Twitter in regards to 2K and the VC problem. And I saw so many people in the 2K community like, be for real, niggas ain't gonna do that shit, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, because you won't do it. You're like, you have to be the example that you want to see in the world, right? As corny as that sounds. If you want to be change, if you want to see change, you have to enact on it yourself. You can't sit there and wait, right? When motherfuckers wanted their civil rights, they got out there and they boycotted those buses, they boycotted the restaurants, they marched. If they are fucking us financially with these microtransactions and the pricing of these games, these business models, it is up to you as a consumer to let them know, I'm not fucking with this. And if you want my dollar, you need to find a better way to extract those resources out of me. So at bare minimum, I'm getting maximum value out of my resources. What's going on right now in 2025 is we are handing over the resources in exchange for damn near nothing. So he's not wrong. Is the NBA 2Ks and the Madden communities of the world 100% at fault for what's going on in the gaming community? No. But I'd argue about 80 to 90% of the problem that's going on in the gaming industry is y'all fucking fault. Because if we look at games like Battlefield 2, when it launched in that terrible state with the loot crates, the Battlefield fans said, we ain't going for it. When Helldivers 2 tried to make everybody sign in via PSN on the Steam version, which locked a lot of people out internationally, and you also had to give up your data to Sony, the Steam community said, we're not going for it. And the Helldivers community, they reversed that. You do have power, but it's too much individualism going on. And the only people in the gaming community that don't understand this shit are the 2K players, the Madden players, the Fortnites, the GTAs, the FIFAs of the world. You Roblox niggas too. You're also PDF files. So why is it that everybody else in the gaming community understands group economics, but y'all don't? Another great example recently, Marathon. Marathon, they put out that alpha. Niggas said that shit was... Right after the alpha ended, Sony said, we're gonna delay this shit. And not only did they delay that shit, they said, we don't know when this shit coming out. It got an indefinite delay. Why? Because the shooting extraction community said, nah, we not fucking with this. And if you want my dollar, you need to put out a top product. So don't sit here and tell me that, y'all need to stop scapegoating the two. You guys are the problem. But some of you slow niggas will still say this is an opinion. What is this group economic shit? I never made it into AP economics. I never made it into any type of economics. The only thing I know is home economics. Since a lot of y'all don't know the basics of how an economy works, I'm gonna give you an actual example of what backs up what I'm talking about. And shout out to you who donated earlier, because this perfectly segues into this conversation. Not only are you wrong, I'm gonna give you an example of what's a problem. I talked about this on stream plenty of times. Last year when NBA 2K launched, it was like one YouTuber, he posted how much he spent on VC and he realized how much money. Because I think some of y'all visually need to see how much money you are spending, why you are a fucking problem in this industry, right? And what happened is because most of y'all are sheep, a lot of other content creators started posting receipts of their sales receipts on their PSN and Xbox accounts. And they all started to realize, damn, I spent 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 on this fucking annual basketball game, right? And I said on the stream like a week ago, I was like, damn, I wish last year I would have saved those receipts. I might have to bookmark this and start saving these receipts because video just recently went viral. There was a man, God bless his heart, who was brave enough to post. He spent $32,000 in NBA 2K25. You guys are the fucking problem. 70% of the profits in NBA 2K do not come from the sales of the game. They come from the sales of microtransactions. Let me repeat that for you. 70% of 2K sales come from microtransactions and not the game, meaning only 30% of their profits, not even a majority, come from the game sales. So if you bought NBA 2K and you don't like the game and you stop playing it, you're really not part of the problem. The problem is these fucking whales, and there are more than you think because I saw it all over the timeline last year. Look at this shit, bruh. Y'all need to stop scapegoating. I cannot pronounce shit. And this dude sitting in this video talking about, oh, they're not. Yes, you are. Because the main thing that these CEOs want is to maximize profits for their shareholders and their fellow executives. And if they don't have to make a better product for you to spend $32,000 in one lunar cycle, 1 year, you're going to do it next year. Why the fuck would they improve the product? This is only a problem in the sports community. And yes, Black Panther got fucking canceled because of games like this. EA had four of the best-selling games of 2024. FIFA, college football, Madden, and the MVP bundle. If you don't know what the MVP bundle is, that's Madden and college football bundled together for $100. You niggas loved it so much, you bought the game fucking twice. And then you also went and bought VC, and you have the nerve to get on fucking Beyonce's internet and say, we are not the problem. Yes, you are.
$2,831.68 on this game. I'll say it again, $32,831.68.
What the fuck are you buying in this game? I don't understand. And y'all, and this is what it comes down to. And you know what the interesting thing about this conversation, this is how I'm gonna end this conversation. What I find interesting about this is I feel like we as human beings understand boundaries when it comes to other aspects of life. But for some reason, when it comes to like sports and casual gamers, they don't understand boundaries in video games. And let me give you an example, right? You say he's a victim. Y'all understand boundaries when it comes to friendships, romantic relationships, work relationships. At work, you don't hang out with niggas outside of work because you know them niggas is weird and they also gonna be all in your business and snitching to your boss. When it comes to romantic relationships, you set certain boundaries. Hey, I don't like this, I'm gonna leave. When it comes to friendships, the same thing. I don't like this, I'm gonna have to distance myself. But for some reason, when it comes to sports games, you niggas, and when I say niggas, I ain't talking about black people, I'm talking about anybody who plays this fucking game, will buy this game, say you hate it for 9 months, and then spend $32,000 on the fucking game. Somebody's lying, man. Somebody's lying. Somebody's fucking lying. So respectfully to the creator that said he's tired of the sports gaming community and the casuals being to blame why other because you have to look, this is why, and let me explain to you because maybe he doesn't understand. He said you need to Madden and fucking college football are not the reason that Black Panther got canceled. Yes, it is, because it goes back to what I said earlier. One half of the capitalistic system is working and the other half is not doing their part. And the part that's doing their part, all they care about is maximizing the profit. And lowering the overhead. So if you are the CEO of a company, right, and you have the option to put out the same shitty product every year, knowing that you are going to make 20% more than last year, year over year, versus experimenting and trying something that's never been done before, like an original Black Panther game, risk assessment, right? Which one are you gonna do? You're most likely gonna keep doing the same thing that prints money with low effort. It's really that simple. It's not scapegoating. It's simple logic. You guys are the fucking problem. You need to exercise some type of boundaries. If you don't like something, don't spend money on it. And I get it. 2K is the only basketball game on the market. Madden's the only football game on the market. But once again, the majority of their products, their profits come from microtransactions. So if you buy the game and you don't like it, the best thing you can do is stop playing the fucking game and stop spending money on microtransactions. Because if you hurt their pockets, it's going to force them to try a little bit harder. When they see there are less players on the server, it's going to force them to try a little bit harder. And then you can decide in the future if you want to support this product. But if you bend over and take it in the butt time and time again, once it might be accidents, twice it might be a coincidence, but third time it's a pattern. You like that shit. You fucking like that shit. And that $32,000 a year on a fucking basketball game is much more normal than y'all think, because I seen it all over the timeline last year. I seen a 5,000, a 10,000, a 2,000, a 3, and each person was like, damn, I can't believe I'm spending this much money. I encourage everybody to go into their PlayStation purchases, go into your Steam purchases, go into your Xbox purchases, and look at how much you are spending and say to yourself, damn, I have a fucking problem. Stop sitting here acting like these CEOs are going to just say, you know what? I hate making all this fucking money. I'm going to take a risk for no fucking reason. No, they're not. There's no reason to take a goddamn risk. Grow a set of balls. Yo, shout out to Darth Misogyny with the sub. And it's crazy too, because what I'm talking about, to some degree, it's politics. It's economics. Like, you niggas don't want to hear this shit, bro. Just want to be ignorant about shit. It's like, goddamn. Did we not learn basic concepts of fucking economics? If the group is suffering, the group needs to stick together. That's literally what fucking unions are. Matter of fact, I got a new quote. If PS4 niggas are the digital block huggers of gaming, sports gamers, you guys are the union busters of fucking gaming. You actively vote against what helps you. No, let's not stick together, man. I'm gonna be Hulk Hogan. I'm snitching. Fuck the group, nigga. You guys are the union busters of gaming. While people like the Helldivers community, the Battlefront 2 community are saying, we don't like this shit. We're not buying this shit. So they changed it. Grow up! Fucking grow up. God damn. Bunch of Hulk Hogans. Anyways, next topic. Oh, actually, no, not next topic. It kind of relays into what we were talking about. I found this article. New study shows that Gen Z is spending way less money on video games than older gamers. Young people are strapped for cash that even video games are getting too expensive for them. A June study by Sarkania, first reported by the Wall Street Journal, found that spending among 18 to 24-year-olds dropped by 13% from April 2025 compared to last year. Video game purchases hit a particularly hard, falling near 25% according to the Sarkania charts on Blue Sky. Now, this data is really recent. It's kind of a small sample, but what I will say is the early data suggests not only are sports and casual gamers the biggest problem in the industry, but I can't believe I'm saying this. This don't apply to me, but the old heads are the fucking problem too. So if we break it down, it's not just 2K niggas that are the problem. It's PS4, 2K niggas that are old heads. That slasher in the park, next time you see him, get on the mic and say, hey, old head, how much money did you spend on the fucking game this year? Matter of fact, that video, that nigga looked like an old head in that video. Hold up. How I bring up the, what is it, Shift Alt T? How I bring up the last, fuck shit. Let me see. 32,000. How I bring up the last tab? Because he looked like an old head in that video. Control Shift T. Control Shift T. Boom. Let me look at the footage.
32.
Oh my God. I swear to God, I didn't plan this. I swear you can't make this shit up. Get out your fucking feelings. Because the footage supports the data. You all head slashers in the park are the problem. You all heads using all-time teams on Madden are the problem. I know you got kids. I know you got a wife. I know life is hard, but that's not an excuse to spend fucking $32,000 on a basketball game. This is astounding. So if we look at the data, that means these niggas is spending mortgage money. Your kids might not have money for fucking pencils and backpacks next school year because the old heads, this nigga said this slasher not good. I need a playmaking slasher now. This playmaking slasher is not good. I need a two-way slasher now. I need a slashing shot creator. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is actually very disappointing. This is my age bracket. Old heads. Shout out to Gen Z. Y'all niggas finally get a W. Get it to fucking together, man. Get it to fucking together. That doesn't mean there aren't any Gen Zs that are participating in this bullshit, but it does seem like it's leaning more towards the older side. We gotta get it to the content creators too. The content creators too. Start calling them out. Stop watching that shit, bruh. Stop watching that shit. Financial priorities is all fucked up, bruh. And it's a shame too, because going back to the economics of everything, the first Berserker Kazaa devs go on strike as an executive bonus skyrockets while employee bonuses are slashed. So this game made a bunch of money at Nexon, and the executives took a premium. They took a raise for themselves, but they didn't pay the developers after this game, because Kazaa First Berserker definitely had a moment earlier in the year. Not a huge moment, like a minor moment. Like people were definitely talking about it, and apparently it sold decent. And they not even getting fucking paid. This is crazy. We gotta do better as a society. We gotta do better. The thumbnail is light zesty. A good thing I'm not trying to fuck you. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody's trying to fuck you, nigga. So that's the good news. Even if I was gay, I wouldn't fuck you, nigga. Problem solved. Guess what comment that came from? What's the comment section? I don't know. Can I just say this too before we move on? We talk about the fucking new My Player Builder. It's always people, these people that be making these gay jokes to be like, gay niggas don't like you, okay? I don't know if you know, but gay people, because you guys are so fucking homophobic, gay people have standards just like you. Although some of you niggas don't have standards. You'll fuck anything with a heartbeat. But let's pretend like you do for a second. Gay dudes have standards too. So when you see a gay dude and you assume that they're gonna fuck you, that's fucking crazy, because bitches don't want to fuck you, nigga. Talking about the thumbnail's a little zesty, nigga. Eat a dick. I'm off the subs. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You don't say nothing else in the chat, bum. PS4 nigga alert. What I was about to say. 2K My Player Builder. I haven't watched this shit. Has anybody watched this? Is it hyped? Is it cool? Is this worth spending $32,000 on? Let me know. I came in the stream at the right time. Like, are you? Yeah, we not beating the allegations. Justice for the YouTube chat.
Hey everyone, Tyrese Halliburton here with Zach from NBA 2K to share the detailed features available in the 2K26 My Player.
Thank you for saying that. I get tired of niggas looking at me like, I don't give a fuck if you gay, bro. I live off the perspective. You respect me, I respect you. I don't really give a fuck what your life is like, dog. It's all good. You cool over here.
In this courtside report,
yo, shout out to Bone Stains with the sub. Appreciate it.
Glossary, build by badges, new scouting reports, and a lot more. Now let's get started.
This year, the My Player Builder excels at giving players all the tools to make informed decisions when creating their future superstar.
Got the same haircuts, the same fucking haircuts. Shout out to Doombot TV with the
Starting
subs.
with the animation glossary, this brand new feature will list every animation with details, attribute, and height requirements. If you have a specific player you want to model your game after, like Tyrese Halliburton for example, use the search function to find who you're looking for, making it easy to see all the requirements you need to meet to equip their animations.
That's a pretty cool feature. I'm not gonna lie. That's streamlining the situation. Let me ask a question, chat. For all the 2K niggas, who y'all think gonna be the number one most searched basketball player people want to be like? Who y'all think is gonna be? Y'all think they gonna go straight to the Curry slide? Let me know.
I love that there are a lot of options to choose from. Me personally, I'm a YouTube
I'm spreading your 2K video like the gospel. I'm trying.
Create your own build will sift through dozens of NBA player
Let me see. I'm just trying to get a feel for what it looks like. Relentless downhill dunker. Just adding crazy adjectives and shit.
comparisons before choosing the best animations associated with the suggested players and assign them as default animations for a more enjoyable and streamlined experience from
So they're basically making it easier for you not to fuck up your build. I mean, I'd imagine this is probably not the optimal situation, but like they're making it easier to make at least a decent build because they can default at least good animations on the build by default. Which I guess that's cool for like kids, especially because we trying to spend less on the VC, right? Yo, shout out to Black Newton with the sub. Appreciate it. They're streamlining the process so you could get to spending more money faster. Don't fucking say that, bro. We gotta look at the. I thought they were streamlining it to make it easier so these kids don't fuck up they build. Don't say that, bro. But to be honest, like for people who lack self-control, I could see it being an issue where because it's so more streamlined, I could see them just make, oh, I'm gonna make this build, that build,
Start. The new Build by Badges feature in NBA 2K26 can help shape the framework for your MyPlayer. Choose your desired badges and tiers: Bronze, Silver, Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend.
Anybody notice that in the background they're playing what sounds like a college band? It makes me think the rumor's true that they are gonna do like a college basketball game. They got loadouts. This is cool. This is cool. Like, so you can pick what badges you're trying to get and it'll tell you where you need to be. This is cool, I guess.
The minimum attribute
Streamlining it once again
will automatically be locked in. Spend your remaining attribute points to max.
Say if this don't look like an RPG, nah, facts, Knight. This is an RPG. This is literally upping the stats. But I guess they don't look at it as RPG stats. Man, this ain't no RPG. I'm not upping my mana, nigga. I'm upping up my driving layup. I'm not upgrading no fucking armor, nigga. I'm upgrading my speed with ball. It's not the same shit, bro. Yes, it fucking is. Yes, the fuck it is. You are playing Avowed with perimeter defense, nigga. You are playing fucking Skyrim with a free throw. Shut the fuck up, dude.
You're choosing and reaching 99 potential overall.
Yeah, the mental gymnastics to not be affiliated with being a fucking nerd is so funny to me. Like, you are a dweeb, bruh.
On your must-haves.
I counted when I played 2K. Shit has 21 different stats. That's crazy. That not only is it an RPG, that's a deep RPG.
Your best badges and attributes, and coaches you on your strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you make a point guard with a low pass accuracy rating, the builder will flag this as an area of concern.
I actually like this. I'm not gonna lie. So far, we haven't made it to the end of the video, but so far with the MyPlayer builder, it looks like they're actually trying something different. Dooms, you still in the chat? How you feeling about this shit? I like this that they're showing the strengths and the weaknesses, giving a little report. So if you want to go back and improve on something,
Potential detriment to
because you might have been blind when you weren't paying attention to something.
teammates.
This might be more in depth than the scouting reports I see during the season. This is pretty fire.
They holding hands now?
Max
Type shit. I heard they made the shooting easier too.
plus ones are back, and now there are new Max plus twos. They work just like they sound. Max plus ones push badges one tier beyond their max potential, and Max
Yeah, so not only can you do a +1 on the badge, but you can do a +2. What they don't tell you is going to take 100,000 hours to get that fucking +2. Most of us is never getting that shit. And by most of us, I mean me, nigga.
plus twos take them 2 tiers higher. Takeover Surge, Hot Start, and Clutch Gene are perks that temporarily boost your badges up 1 tier in different game situations. They can even boost a badge beyond their max potential.
They're just making this. So I like the first half where they streamline the builder, but I feel like they're making the badges more complicated. For what? You said add me tab list type shit.
New in 2K26, build specialization goals allow you to enhance your MyPlayer's potential in a specific skill area. For each save, you can pick one of 5 areas to specialize in: finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, or rebounding. Each area features 9 unique goals that test your abilities in that specialty. Your mastery will earn you rewards tailored to each skill area, including skill boosts, unique apparel and cosmetics.
I'm never going to do this, but I guess this is cool.
New archetype names, cap breakers for that skill area, and permanent max +1 and max +2 badge perks. Cap breakers aren't just back in NBA 2K, they're evolving. In NBA 2K26, each cap breaker will still raise your highest rated and strongest attributes by 1 point, but if you choose to apply them to your lowest rated attributes, you will see larger boosts. For example, if your favorite...
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. First of all, if you pay $70 to buy a game and then hop on YouTube and let a nigga tell you how to play the game, you're a fucking dweeb in the first place. Second, if there's any year not to listen to YouTube niggas about what's the best build, it's probably this year, because this part does look a little bit more complicated. The way you have to crunch the numbers with these breakers and it being more effective on certain slots based off your strengths and weaknesses, this is something you're going to have to... I hate to say it. I know this is tough because some of y'all more than half of Americans have a 6th grade reading level or lower. you're gonna have to fucking read. I know. Oh. This part seems a little bit more complicated, as well as like the badges. The basic builder seems more streamlined, but this seems a little bit more complex.
Favorite My Player build is struggling in the rec because you left its free throw rating low. A cap breaker could raise your free throw rating by double digits and provide a significant improvement.
Cap breakers were a game changer in 2K25.
Is this a skill tree?
2K26. My boys are going to be hype about that.
Rebirth has multiple tiers this year, letting you carry over more progress from your existing saves than ever before. Silver
About to ask Grok for builds type shit.
and allows you to instantly unlock any newly created My Player's maximum potential to the highest overall.
You're gonna need a PhD in the builder now.
As you reach 95 overall across new saves, you will unlock Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend Rebirth. These new Rebirth tiers automatically upgrade your badges to their respective level once attribute requirements are met.
Translation, we've made it easier than ever. Grind one build to legend, and then you can just upgrade it automatically, full power. So we're giving you a chance to spend even more fucking money. But we're not gonna do it, right, guys? We're gonna demonstrate some self-control, boundaries. You're gonna say, if you don't know if you can do it, dear 2K niggas, what I need y'all to do, I need y'all to get down on your knees.
Get more subs than that?
Get down. 2K niggas need to get down on their knees before 2K comes out at the end of August and say, dear God, give me the strength not to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a fucking basketball RPG, even though I swear it's not a basketball RPG. But yes, nigga, you are playing Zelda with a jump shot, okay? So ask God for the strength. Amen. Control your wallet. Keep your... Why am I saying this? Most of y'all use y'all grandma credit card anyway. What am I talking about?
The My Player Builder in 2K26 gives you all the tools to make the best possible build, so you can be a difference maker on the court. Whether you create your own build from scratch or build by badges, find a
Set on job application.
personalization options.
It was fun breaking down all the new features in the My Player Builder this year. Thanks for joining me, Tyrese.
Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and start testing the revamped My Player Builder sooner with early access, starting on August.
They getting ready for Ronnie to show up. Can I be honest? You know I'd be ready to hate on 2K, but I can't speak for the rest of the game. I will give them some level of clout. It does seem like they're actually trying something different with the My Player Builder. Does that mean it'll be good? No, but I could visibly tell all throughout this 4-minute video that there are a lot of different elements that have changed the builder, and it's gonna mean you're gonna have to take your time. They are trying. Now, are they trying with the rest of the game? That remains to be seen. But yeah, it looks like improvements are being made. I'm gonna give them a little bit of clout, not a lot, just a little bit, because it's still fuck Ronnie. But I am gonna be fair. It does look like they're trying. Dudes don't even sound like they're hyped, so monotone. You know, Tyrese Halliburton coming off that injury, he probably sitting there knee hurting and shit like that. But what else I got for y'all? Other news. They still do preludes? Nah, they don't. They've been stopped doing that shit like 5 years ago. Activision leadership says it isn't worried about Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty is too big to fail. Now, this kind of is perfect and goes back to the conversation about casual gamers. And dude was saying he's tired of casual gamers being the scapegoat of the industry. And I was like, you guys mainly are, though. This is look at how they talk about us. They said, we ain't worried about Battlefield 6. We ain't worried about competition. Imagine raking in so much money every year that they said, we know you fucking dweebs are going to buy that shit. And to some degree, he's not wrong. Like I said, one half of the capitalism symbiote is doing its part. And that is the corporation. The consumers, on average, are not doing their part. And it's getting to the point where the corporation is now talking shit about the consumer. And you motherfuckers is still on your knees with your mouth wide open while their pants is unzipped. I want some more. Insider Gaming has learned that Activision leadership has been taking note of Battlefield 6 recent hype, but is not worried that the franchise will surpass Call of Duty. And Call of Duty is especially egregious because Call of Duty came out on the Battle Pass last year, and it still was one of the best-selling games of 2024. How the fuck did that fucking happen? What? You didn't even have to pay for the game. You could have paid $10 for the Game Pass, played it for a month or two, and got the fuck off the game. How the fuck did it still end up as one of the best-selling games? That's crazy. Speaking with sources who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about Activision's internal conversations, it's been said that although Activision is keeping a close eye on Battlefield, they're not worried about the game outcompeting its flagship franchise. It's said that Activision's leadership believes that Call of Duty is too big to fail and will remain profitable, annually released franchise for many years to come. Damn, they say they got at least 5 more years in them. They a young vet. At the time of this writing, an annual Call of Duty title is penciled in for next year. It's supposed to be Black Ops 7. So they said they not, and if you missed my stream, Battlefield 6 is fire. I'm gonna be on the beta next week, and I woke up thinking about Battlefield 6. Yeah, I'm off the subs. But Call of Duty said they not worried about it. And I'm here to say the data suggests you probably should be worried about it. Because last weekend was the Battlefield 6 beta, and it was almost 1 million people watching on fucking Twitch. Just watching. Playing, it was millions of people. Ain't nobody watching or playing your fucking game. Black Ops 6 is dead. Warzone is on its fucking deathbed. You definitely should be worried about Battlefield 6 because it's been a while since we gotten a good Battlefield. The last one was a flop. So people are itching for something more team-based. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. The game is so balls to the wall, so stressful. It requires so much coordination. When you do overcome the other team, you feel really good about yourself. And the crazy part is you don't get anything crazy at the end of the game. You just get a win screen and you can maybe unlock some like new attachments. There's not no crazy fucking Barbie and Nicki Minaj skins and shit like that. You doing it for the love of the fucking game, dude. So you said you're not worried, but I argue the data suggests you should be worried. And I can't believe I'm saying I'm rooting for EA, but keep your foot on a fucking neck, man. Make a good game. It's been almost 8 years since the last decent Battlefield. Facts, facts, facts. EA loves killing Battlefield games halfway through their life cycle. Yeah, I hope they don't fucking do that. Let's not speak it into existence. Let's not speak it into existence. And another shame thing about Battlefield 6 too is the beta was this past weekend, and apparently they had cheaters all on that shit. There's actually a controversy going on. They were talking about it in the group chat. I'm not going to discuss it because you can't even have a healthy conversation about it. But there was a content creator that got caught cheating, and now they're trying to make it into something else. But I'm not going to speak on that because I don't even want to be involved with that shit. But Battlefield 6 was full of fucking cheaters. The good thing is they banned a lot of them, so they're already on it. But yo, stop cheating in the fucking giddy. You know what's crazy? Cheating in Battlefield 6 is especially egregious because there's no pro scene in Battlefield. Battlefield, you just play for fun with your buddies, right? At least with Call of Duty, you can go pro or like other shooter games and shit like that. There's no going pro in Battlefield, so you just cheating to pass time. Nigga, get a life. You said you got a link? I sure don't. I'm not showing that shit. But some people in the Twitch chat knew what I was talking about instantly. That person was obviously cheating, and that conversation pivoted into something else, bro. And I hate that shit. Like, bro. Sony execs expect Marathon to launch by March 31st, saying Bungie's independence is getting lighter. Kind of going back to what I talked about earlier about how people was not fucking with Bungie's new game. So they said, we are going to delay this shit indefinitely. An example of how you voting with your wallet can affect game development. Months later, Sony said they're finally tightening, they're loosening the leash on Bungie. For a while, Sony had Bungie on a dog collar on maximum fucking tightness. They loosened up a couple notches, guys. The game is coming. After a disastrous debut for the live service shooter earlier this year, Bungie and PlayStation made the decision to move Marathon out of its planned September 23rd release date and into next year. They didn't say next year, they said indefinitely. During Q&A session after company's Q2 earnings call, Sony's CFO fielded some questions about not only the game, but Bungie itself, and it seems the longtime development house will soon be fully integrated into the PlayStation studio. They're getting absorbed. They said Bungie doesn't get to operate as its own independent studio that's getting funded by Sony. They said you need to move into the Sony building so we can watch what kind of shit you're making. Because remember, guys, Sony got finessed, for those unaware. Sony paid billions of dollars for Bungie, a company that had no games in their portfolio other than Destiny. And the problem with Destiny is Destiny had already been out. Destiny 2 had already been out for like 5 years. They hadn't announced Marathon. There was literally nothing in their portfolio. And Bungie said, here's a few $1 billion. So, you know, I hate to say it because I don't, because I don't give a fuck about corporations. So shout out to Bungie for pulling off one of the best finesses in the last 10 years. Sony's dumbass didn't audit them. They didn't open the books. As reported by VGC, when asked about Marathon's current status or whether or not it will launch in the fiscal year, which ends March 31st, 2026, Tao said through an interpreter that the company factored in its forecast and that its experts and it expects the launch to happen within this fiscal year. However, she did also stress that her words were not a confirmation of that target. So they are targeting 2026, but it doesn't mean it is coming out in 2026, basically. But it seems like it's moving along for those all two people who are still interested in this game. Sony bailed them out. They really did. Fucking Bungie had nothing coming down the pipeline but this shit. Like, yo, if Sony was not subsidizing Marathon, if they were not subsidizing Bungie, and Bungie tried to come out and independently publish this shit, oh my God, they would have been in financial trouble. Sony got finessed, bruh. And the CEO of fucking Bungie got 20 new cars. 20 new cars.